Hey, each and everybody, and welcome to a Thursday edition of Smoke and Mirrors. This episode is brought to you by the ability to stop time when you need to. And now, here's a song. If I could turn back time, if I could more. I don't know that song at all. All right, and now here they are, your invenerable host, Carlitos, Kareem Wyndham. That was that. I didn't like that. That was very old school black entertainment. That's how we know it's real. You hear the glockenspiel. Hey everyone, how are you doing today on this very cloudy Thursday? We have a full show here on Auntie Carlos's sad time downer hour. But thank you for being here, for joining us. And hey, let's get into some things. First thing I want to let you know, that we want to let you know, myself, Joshua, and Tracy, is that we are here quite often. Yes, indeed. Smoke and Mirrors. Like and subscribe. Please get down with us. Going to do it old school today because we have a new patron. Here we go. Ruthie, Erica, Amber, Aaron, Seth, Lisa, Kristen, Renisa, Michael, Natalie, Juliet, Tarika, Tracy, Venus, Jen, Tink, Joe, Jorge, Joe K, Tracy, Alice, Raven, Dana, Roger, and Mimi. Thank you for joining Patreon, Roger and Mimi, at Patreon at Smoke and Mirrors CCB. If you would like to make a smaller contribution, you believe in what we're doing, but you can't do the monthly, you want to drop 1 in the bucket, 2 on the bucket, 3 or 4 or 5, you can do that at Venmo, at Carlos-Wyndham, at Cash App, at $CK Wyndham, PayPal, /me.ck Wyndham. That's all we're going to do about that right now. It's a scary, scary Jack-o'-lantern Halloween episode. Huh? Happy Racist Christmas, everybody. Happy Racist Christmas. We'll be celebrating this weekend all across the country, all across the United States. Racist Christmas is one of the holidays where white children have been dressing up as Native Americans, their favorite black artists, breakdancer. Name a cultural thing. Happy Racist Christmas to you. Listen, white people, if you thought we were friends, if I have not seen every single one of your racist Christmas outfits all the way back through your childhood, we're not friends. All right. Oh, one thing about Racist Christmas. It's going to be a little different this year. While Dr. Fauci did say that if you got a vaccine, everybody get a vaccine, and wear a mask, then you can go door knocking. You can go do it. Trick or treatsies. That said, you may notice far fewer. What is it? Far fewer. Thank you. Far fewer. Where'd the P come from? Oh, the pumpkins. Yeah, I was going to say gourds or something, though. I don't know. Right? I don't know. No, if they could see you, it would be a blast. Anyway, far fewer jack-o'-lanterns you may notice this year, and that is because there is a gourd shortage. When I was a kid, there were always pumpkins. In fact, there were too many pumpkins. There still seem to be too many pumpkins to me, a la pumpkin spice. But evidently, in the United States, we have a gourd shortage this year. May have another toilet paper shortage coming up in our futures. The glasses, though, right? Hey, all the better to see you with, and better to see that it is a bad idea if you are, in fact, participating in racist Christmas to give away either Nestle or Hershey's candies. Evidently, the cacao that goes into the delicious, delicious chocolate is procured by enslaved black children. And so we're... Hey, Joshua, is that like a news situation? No, really? Since the 60s, people have been talking about... Wow. Have either of these companies addressed this fact? No. Okay. Oh, well, and there's your answer. Why girls like me eat the fanciest chocolates. They're slavery-free. They're slavery-free. There is another shortage that we are experiencing that Jessica's speaking to, and that is the shortage of intelligence and human decency. We're doing our best to pull some out of everybody, though. So for real, get some chocolates, hand them out. Not Nestle, not Hershey, but we want you to celebrate. That's what we're saying here today on Smoke and Mirrors. Get out there, celebrate racist Christmas, have a good time, huh? Just, probably won't have pumpkins, and maybe not with the two major brands that produce chocolate for the United States. And try a Wonka bar. You might get a golden ticket. And in fact, if you do, then you and your very poor family, by the way, that's you. That's everybody who's not actually making the kind of money that Elon Musk made this fucking quarter. You're poor. I'm a poor. You're a poor. We could get us a Wonka bar and hope that we catch the golden ticket that allows us to enter the factory, and that when we do, we don't slip up and show any of our greed or avarice and have our children chopped up and murdered and made part of the ingredients. Wonka. Oh, there's a new version of Willy Wonka coming out. Did you know that? Starring one Timothée Chalamet. He is going to do a prequel. Thing I absolutely don't need regarding Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Do not need a prequel explaining the psychosis that caused Willy Wonka to become a serial child murderer, but they're doing it, and I guess it's going to be a musical, so that'll be fun. Here's a good costume, right? For Halloween. Remember Jules from Pulp Fiction? I just want to throw it out there. Easy costume to do. Now, it's not just the fact that he's got that glorious horseshoe mustache going on there. But all you really need, if you are a male presenting person, is a funeral suit and a wig. Pretty simple. Wig that has Jerry curl and looks authentically like Jerry curl, harder to find. But if you can't find one, no worries. You could always go as Sam Jackson, as Jules, in all of the public advertisement for Pulp Fiction that came out prior to the movie. You may notice that Jules' hair looks a little bit different in that photo, and that's because the company that was producing this film thought that it would scare audiences and white people too much to show Sam Jackson with a Jerry curl prior to the release of the movie. So they thought it was less scary if he showed you the future of LeBron James' hair. No anti-blackness in that. Don't touch my hair. That's a bummer. Hey, but you know what is not a bummer? June. Have you seen June? June, coincidentally, starring Timothée Chalamet. In June with Zendaya, who most of the marketing actually leaned on to let you know that this was going to be a movie. And my favorite character in June is Dr. Keynes? I don't remember. Great character. This is the one who did the thing and was stomping and saying, "Okay, I'm gonna call the worm. I'm gonna call the worm." Well, I don't know if you knew this, but in the book, that character was a boy, and a lot of people are very upset that that it's not in this movie. There are other people who are upset for different reasons, which is ironic. While June, even though Jessica doesn't seem to love June, we all have our own opinions. Like what you like. You don't gotta like what I like. It's okay. It's okay. I'm like a medium Star Wars guy. I'm a low level Star Trek guy. I'm not really that into it. I'm a huge Octavia Butler guy. And now I'm a June guy. If I'm going to be any kind of a guy at all. And I'm into the June. And I like this character. And I want to say that somebody who does not like the character that much, evidently, is the continent of China, who has asked that she, along with the other black characters, not appear on any of the advertisement for the movie when it's released in China. See, what happened is the China said, "Yeah, we want a June. We want a June with you. We want a Zendaya with you. We're there. We want a Chalamet. We want a Chalamet, and we want a Timothée. What we don't want is black people on posters in our country expressing global anti-blackness. The greatest export of the United States ever, huh? Pretty good shit. Pretty good shit. And you know what? We did it. Took them right the fuck off the poster. You bet. You bet we did. Practice misogynoir, get the black ladies off the poster immediately so, and happily so, because we want those Chinese dollars. I'm not sure if you're aware, but the United States is basically at this point a trading post for China, and a dumping grounds for their goods. And so if we want our basketball teams or our movies to play in what is the biggest market on the planet, we have to do what they say. And we did, and we do, and we continue. The anti-blackness around Sam Jackson's Jerry curl, that was all Weinstein. That was all Weinstein, who is going to go to jail for abusing many underage girls and women. He found it embarrassing that Sam Jackson in a Jerry curl would be on a poster for his product, that rapist. And China doesn't want the black. They're going to play the movie, though. But they know the black people are still going to be in it. Like, you couldn't take them out and the movie make any sense anymore, right? Just the posters. Huh. All right, well, yeah, racism light for the money. I guess we're going to do some of that. Oh, boy. Well, let's just remember culture's not a costume. And so maybe Dune costumes are great costumes, unless you're going as a black Dune, then not so good. And the Jules is a great costume if you wear your dad's suit. And don't wear a wig. Don't wear a wig. Oh, speaking of culture not being in costume, Kirsten Sinema went ahead and led some official procedures in the United States Senate doing cosplay as Aaron Neville. I don't know much, but I know I love you. I'm very confident in both my Aaron Neville and my Cher. I might take them to stage tonight. What? The whole fuck? I mean, at least she's not doing blackface, but are you serious right now? Ew. Or, the good thing is that she's not doing blackface just without the makeup. A la Robin Williams, huh? Remember Good Morning Vietnam? It's hot outside right now. It's real hot outside right now, which is wonderful. Except you like that when you're in the lady, but not when you're in the jungle. Again, I have been black for my whole life. I've never met a black person who talked like that. Never met a black person who talked like that. Yeah, Neville's from New Orleans, right? Yeah, it's true. New Orleans, where is the character that Billy Crystal does blackface for his jazz man. Comic relief. And then bring Whoopi Goldberg in there when she was fucking Ted Danson when he was wearing blackface. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, the trifecta of good stuff coming out of comedy of the 80s. Hey, also, maybe let's not go ahead and dress as a Nazi. Let's not dress as a Nazi. That's a bad look, right? Especially for the prince that we all love because he married a black lady. Not a great costume. Not good. It's not good because this happened, as you can clearly see, when he was in his early 20s or a teen. And maybe he was doing it ironically. But it's hard to think about because I think about the fact that his dad was a Nazi who was raised by Nazis and married into the House of Windsor and then produced grandfather, Charles, who produced him with Diana. So his Grampy, Joshua, can we get, was a Nazi. So maybe dressing like a Nazi. Could have been ironic. Could have been a fuck you, Grandpa. I'm dressed like a Nazi. Gonna sleep with a black girl. Is that from Tales of the Crypt? Actually, Bo, that's a fair question. It isn't, but it is from Captain America. He is seen here without his makeup, and you can see that he actually was the Red Skull, hoping to offer the sword of manhood to his son. So I don't know. Was it a riff, or had Harry just received the sword of manhood? Hey, speaking of Nazis, Ted Cruz, seen here showing you the finger that he keeps up his ass to keep his ideas and brains fresh. He was defending the rights of parents at school board meetings at a Senate hearing, and he did not like that Attorney General Merrick Garland suggested that if parents are doing things like, let's say, giving a Nazi salute, which happened, that the FBI would maybe want to have a peekaboo and see what was happening with that family. And Ted didn't like that. He actually, the thing he objected to was the idea that parents would not be able to give a Nazi salute at school board meetings. Now, what Merrick Garland pointed out is that they can. They are certainly allowed. They're allowed to give all the Nazi salutes they want to. It's just that if you do give a Nazi salute, it may signal to the FBI that you might want to be investigated because of, we just had this thing happen of the Capitol riots. And so, but he said that was fascist to not let them do it, to intimidate them out of doing it. But then Garland kept saying, but you can. And he said, but it's my First Amendment right, is it not? And he said, yes. To let Nazis into the school board. Ted Cruz and Kirsten Cinema. We're just fighting to let Nazis into the school board meetings. I work sometimes in public meetings, and I'm going to tell you that the Trump supporters and the Nazis are at all of them. Is there a city planning meeting? There's Nazis. School board meeting? Nazis. Meeting about police brutality? Nazis. Police funding? Nazis. Garbage? Nazis. If you're old enough, you may remember the game from the 1980s, Yahtzee. I think we're playing the real American version now. The real American version now. Are you all talking about his stinky pinky? What is wrong with you? You're gross. I don't understand this. Well, here, okay, so Jessica's saying she'll never understand how the Nazi salute is present. And I feel the same way, because this is not a scene that you would ever want to see here in the United States, right? I mean, could you even imagine a rally this big, full of Nazis here in the United States, perhaps, say, at Madison Square Garden, where it happened because it was the American Nazi Party? And guess what? These fuckers had babies. They had babies, and those babies had babies, and those babies are probably also Nazis. It's an American tradition, as traditional as apple pie, which, by the way, is Dutch. Also, fuck the Dutch, because they were slave traders. Did you know 12 former presidents were in the Klan? Anyway. Happy racist Christmas. And maybe don't dress as a Nazi. Speaking of racist Christmas and Nazis, your boy this is Circuit Court Judge Bruce. We're going to call him Judge Bruce. Judge Bruce is involved in a very infamous case right now. A young man who was walking down the street with an AK-47 assault rifle, and in the midst of a Black Lives Matter protest, decided to just start murdering people. And he did, and he just walked off. And that is Ricky Schroeder. No, stop it. It wasn't Ricky Schroeder. It was actually Rittenhouse, seen here, with Ricky Schroeder, who paid his bail that he jumped, that the Rittenhouse boy jumped. There's Rittenhouse and his beautiful, beautiful mom. Genetically superior. What would they be jealous of? Why would they start killing niggers? Can't imagine. Anyway, Ricky Schroeder paid his bail, and then recently the judge in the case said of Ricky, "Hey, when we're trying this case, I don't want anyone calling the people who were protesting and exercising their First Amendment rights. What I want is for no one to call them the ones who bled out on the streets and died, the black ones, victim. We're not going to use the V word in this courtroom. No V word in this courtroom," is what the judge said. I don't know if I mentioned that your Circuit George Bruce, his last name is Schroeder. His last name, like Ricky, the very wealthy child actor who bailed out Kyle Rittenhouse, who we all noticed looked remarkably like young Ricky Schroeder. The judge who said you can't say that the victims of the gunshots are victims also just happens coincidentally to also be named Schroeder. Well, happy Halloween. What the fuck, huh? Come on, the Scooby-Doo mystery's pretty easily solved, is it not? Okay. You know what? That's a lot. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a very quick break. Take a second to regroup, and when we do, we'd like to share something with you, and then we are going to be light black. Hey, embracing conflict for healing and transformation. Embrace conflict for healing and transformation. You know what? Conflict needs resolution. And not only does it need resolution, it needs healing. And that healing can lead to transformation. And beginning next Wednesday, along with Subduction Consulting, I will be presenting a 3-part workshop. Beginning next Wednesday, we'll go for 3 weeks, 10 to 12 each time. You will see the link showing up in the chat right there from producer Tracy. Please feel free to follow that through, and you'd be able to register. You'd be able to be in real live time with myself and Teresa Logan as we get into it and really get into embracing and hugging up the conflict. Gotta hug the conflict. Give it a hug. All righty. Huh? We're back. Look at that. That's the most beautiful fucking opera house on the planet. That's an opera house so gorgeous that you want to fuck it. You know you do. You're looking at that opera house right there and you're thinking to yourself, how can I get in the guts of that opera house? That's an opera house that I'd really like to have it off with. I know it's true. It's true. One of the most beautiful opera houses on the planet happens to be in Australia. Also home of the most beautiful jacked kangaroo on the. You can't tell me that that is not the most fuckable kangaroo you have ever seen. Look at those goddamn biceps. Are you serious right now? I understand that I've said all the F's many times, and I've already demonetized this particular YouTube broadcast that we're doing here. And let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck, because you're not going to tell me that that's not the most fuckable kangaroo that you've ever seen in your life. Also, home, Australia, of the absolutely most fuckable Thors that have ever been on screen. Are you kidding me right now? There has never been a more fuckable Thor. And if you think that Thor is fuckable, don't tell me you don't think that koala is fuckable as well. You know that koala is fuckable as well. Look at it. You want to fuck it. You want to fuck the koala, don't you? Fuck the koala. Fuck the koala. Tell me you don't want to fuck that koala. There's no way you're telling me that Chris did not fuck that koala. This is one of the most fuckable places on the planet, Australia. That was just a free commercial for vacationing to Australia. It's mighty fuckable. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned that this dirty slut of an animal, who is extremely fuckable, also is one of the highest carriers of syphilis, one of the most syphilitic animals on the planet, actually, even more syphilitic than humans. And it is advised by the Commercial Tourism Board that you not touch a single one of them for fear that you may contract syphilis from a koala. But if you're going to contract syphilis from anything, tell me it's not going to be that fuckable koala, the fuckable opera house, the fuckable movie star, or the fuckable kangaroo. Most fuckable place on earth. So the United States has decided to fuck it. The whole country. The whole country of Australia. Let me explain. Louis DeJoy, seen here. Joshua, stop it. You know that's the syphilitic koala. I'm not looking for the syphilitic koala. I'm looking for the syphilitic leader of the post office. Thank you very much. Louis DeJoy, seen here, looking through the glory hole of a syphilitic koala, is still Postmaster General of the United States. Now, if you've been here with me for any period of time, you know that this poster right here, "This Machine Kills Fascists," is it's a print, one of very few, that I bought before the election last year, because all funds were going to defeat the fucking Nazis who were trying to get into office. I don't know if you remember the fly that landed on the vice president's head and let us all know that he is actually spawn of Satan and smells like shit. That fly swatter right there was something that I got from MoveOn.org, giving money to the Democrats to defeat the fucking Nazis. And again, we've spoken about Louis DeJoy here many times. And I promised that we were going to stop talking about Trump and DeJoy as soon as he was out of his position as Postmaster General. That's not now. He's still the fucking Postmaster General. And he has, you may have noticed, slowed down incredibly all of the mail delivery, and equally to slowing down all of the mail delivery with deregulation, trying to tamper with the vote counting machines that were part of what was happening during the mail-in voting and the big hissy fit that was being had by the Republican Party. What now he has declared is that we, the United States, are going to stop sending mail to Australia. We, the United States, are no longer able to send mail to Australia. You could not write a letter today and send it to Australia, and it's going to get to anyone there ever. What will happen is it's going to come back to you, and it's going to say, return to sender, because we are not interested in having any kind of correspondence with the most fuckable opera house, most fuckable Thor, most fuckable kangaroo, and fuckable cephaletic little cuddly wuddly koalas on the whole planet. Look at that marsupial. Yeah, true story. True story. We're not going to we're not gonna send any mail to Australia or receive any from it ever again. For now, for as long as Louis DeJoy, seen here looking at a koala's vagina. That was gross, Joshua. I want you to work on this. We're gonna have to work on things in the writers' room. That was only because you didn't have to gender it. You could have said a koala's stinky pee-pee parts. You know what I'm saying? Like it was very. I don't know. It was very. I felt a little. Leaning into the patriarchy. Little easy. Little hack. You know what I mean? Little hack. You know. Kind of like the way that your boy Godfrey is out here supporting Dave Chappelle by showing a video of his one gay comic friend saying that he was not offended and making a hack LGBTQIAAQPQXYZ I don't even know anymore joke, the one that we have all heard. Yeah. So how about just a koala's stinky pee-pee parts? Okay. All right. We just said that Josh was not going to be an intern. You're getting a permanent position. It's going to be harder for you now. Okay. Anyway, this seems to matter a little bit because it's time for the G20 summit. And so Grandpa Biden is going to the G20 summit, and he's going to try to revitalize the United States' reputation with all the other countries, except probably not Australia, because he can't send them a thank you note if they make any kind of agreement or deal. Oh, also, too, weird. Biden has been able to fill 2 of the seats for diplomats for some of the countries that are going to be there. There are, though, many others, somewhere between 12 and 17, that he was not able to fill because the Republican Nazis are refusing to admit any of his applications. They're not going to push through any of the folks he'd like to make diplomats, and so a lot of the diplomats who will be going to the G20 with Grandpa Biden are appointees Trump and the Nazi Party. Everything's fine. So I guess the point is, culture is not a costume, and don't dress like a Nazi unless you really mean it. There won't be any pumpkins for you to smash, you filthy Nazi scum, and only give out Godiva chocolates. Hey, this has been another happy fun time sit down with Auntie Los. Hey, tonight, if you're interested to see me live, along with my partner in crime, Dahlia DeLu Bell, we are going to be out there at Alberta Street Pub hosting the Aftermath. The Aftermath is a monthly thing that we do, and we're doing it again now. We're going to have 3 folks with us, and it's going to be Lydia Manning, it's going to be Rochelle Coates, and it's going to be Amanda, Lynn, Deal. Hey, come get some. It's 10 at the door. We'd love to see you there. And this has been another Smoke and Mirrors. What fun. Hey, do you like my face, I guess, or what it looks like sitting in this corner? Well, great. Come out and check us out at the IG. IG is Smoke and Mirrors CCB, Comedy Culture and Blackness. Oh, boy. Twitter, hey, that's Caballo Negrito. Twitter at Caballo Negrito. Caballo Negrito translates literally to watch whiteness work. Caballo Negrito, for the monolingual amongst you, translates literally to watch whiteness work. Hey, do you have a thought, a question, a query, or a guest suggestion for us here on Smoke and Mirrors? Well, please let us know what it is. And the best way for us to keep that in our memory hole banks is at the Gmail, smoke and mirrors, ccb@gmail.com. Reach out to us there. This is a thing that is produced and hosted by myself. I am Carlitos Kareem Wyndham, and in the notes you are seeing your super producer, Tracy Tatamy, getting it done. The intern, the writer, the kid in the corner, you know who it is. It's Joshua, and we love you. We want you to take care of yourself. We want you to take care of each other. We want you to go ahead and get your vaccines, all the ones that are out there. And, hey, we will see you on next Tuesday. Okay, we love you. Bye-bye.